my bad. Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Rudder speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. And it has been surprisingly warm recently, I don't know why. Oh, I just got a notification that says people are coming out now. Oh, right. That's from the lecture I just had. It is currently... I just went to check my phone for the time and I'm holding my phone in my hands. That was dumb. Anyway. Yeah, so it is currently insert time here, I don't know. Something like 10 maybe in the morning, I'm not sure. We just had a drama briefing today about what we're doing, which was good because I actually, to be honest, there's been issues with my enrollment and the fact that I didn't realise that I hadn't completed it. Again, there's the week that I was sick that sort of threw everything off balance for me. So essentially, I did that from scratch, even though I was already registered for 2 of the courses, but there was another one for some reason, this one specific one that I didn't have. Like it's on my module list, but I wasn't registered in the group, so therefore I wasn't getting the automatic notifications for stuff, nor is it logged on my timetable. They told me that it takes about that it can sometimes take up to 24 hours in order to actually process. But it's been more than 24 hours, and now in the drama announcement that we've just received, I have been informed that basically they're still having glitches and it's occurring all the way across the system and they don't know why. So the drama department themselves have no clue what's going on. So I'm just trying to figure out where to go. I went down a new route because we happen to already be on a hill, so I decided, yeah, why not? You know, this is probably the noisiest Walking Wednesday I've had in some time. I don't think people can even hear what I'm saying. Just gonna go this way. That's easier. So yeah, I don't know. As far as the week has gone, it's been... half of it has been me trying to, you know, get into the rhythm of class again. I haven't really arranged to do much or plan for anything, apart from that once or twice the 3 episode. But yeah, it's essentially been just like, you know, trying to cope with that timetable stuff and then also see what's going on, what modules I'm actually doing right now, which ones I'm not. Like, there's several different places that you can check for timetables and such. And my idea, up until basically right now, was to instead of using the one that's on the website for the university itself, like the student login, we use the one that is like for our VLE. I'm not sure. Yeah, we have a thing called Canvas. That's like that supposedly has everything, and every module at least that's listed, because like I said, I've got all those listed, has a given timetable. Except now I'm told that they're not going to use that. They're going to use Outlook for the timetables. So I'm back to square one essentially. Except not quite. It does actually tell you. It does give you a brief indication. Like it does say like when I think everything is supposed to take place, like, you know, I've got Thursday, Friday stuff and whatever. But yeah, I'm not really sure what else to go on at the moment. I have to see where Outlook is. Like, I mean, Outlook's the email system, so maybe I mean they'll email us the times, which I also checked. I don't know, it's just a mess right now. I remember something similar happening in first year, where there was just a cacophony of stuff that either wasn't working or hadn't been set up yet or whatever. And no one can quite figure out why. And even back then I couldn't like hound the IT staff about it. But yeah, who knows. so many crossings here. Oh, there's one on green. Gonna go for this one. I forget in the city there's far more of that. I seem to have accidentally stumbled across a neighbourhood that a friend of mine from the drama school I was at before this used to go to, well, we used to live in, and I've been told not to go down there alone. So I guess I won't. Is that okay? I can't even tell. It's like there's several lights on that they're not on or whatever. It's ridiculous. Half of this is just me waiting around. I'm never going down this route ever again. Right. Am I going yet or not? I am. Okay. And now the other one in front of me is in red because they're not intermittently synced up. Nothing's coming down this way, I don't care anymore. So yeah, I'm going to go around, surround the place. I know, interesting. Got Florence Nightingale right here. Did not realise. Yeah. Again, it's been a while since I've been around here. Basically, the neighbourhood is back there, so I'm going to head this way. You know, stay by the noisy road because that's been great so far. I know. Sorry if I seem on edge today overall. I've also now been told that our unit for the festival and such was starting in January. We've got about 2 weeks to decide basically how our groups are going to be laid out, because normally what they do is they'll place us in groups based on what we chose as our thing for basically advanced theatre practice. That's the module. I didn't realise how interconnected those were. The festival was, whatever festival was part of it. That's not true. No, what I'm saying is that what I didn't. Great. Just gonna massive road, massive road, massive road, massive road, massive road. Okay. That was nothing for miles. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that the advanced theatre practice stuff was going to affect how we were, what positions we gave ourselves. It's not because I've chosen directing for that module. But the thing is, I don't want to just direct. For years, I've wanted to present an original work as well. So, I mean, if I get to direct it as well, then by all means, absolutely, I'd be over the moon for that. But yeah, it depends. If I find someone's project and writing and stuff, and they actually did organise that, and it was brilliant, and I was super inspired for it, then so be it. But yeah, it's been years now since I did work experience at Viva Nano Theatre back in Guildford, and what they were doing there at the time was FF Shorts, which was Festival Fringe Shorts, which was 10-minute extracts for people trying to submit plays and get the actors themselves within FF Shorts to present them at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, which was the first time that I ever heard that was a thing, because I was still, relatively speaking, new to the country. But what happened afterwards was that was that I was thinking all of this about, like, oh, they're going to do this next year or something. I'm going to present my own thing. I was like 14 at the time. And they never did, because management changed the year after, and that option suddenly wasn't followed up on. Like, I asked the new director, like, the new head of theatre, that several times. But he said that that was not something that he was willing to, not willing to, but it was not something that he was able to organise for whatever reason. I'm sure it has something to do with, like, you know, change of management, or I don't know, the stuff that he was more particularly inclined to supervise or whatever. I'm not sure. Bottom line is, it never happened. I tried again next year, it never happened, and then by that point I was in sixth form, A-levels were starting, and I just did not have the time anymore. So, needless to say, I've been wanting to present something for the Fringe Festival for some time. Whether it's assessed or not, that doesn't matter to me. And in fact, I wrote and finished a play, and was actually planning to have a friend direct it. Actually, we'd arranged that in March last year. Then lockdown happened, and we all went home, and we haven't spoken about the subject since. I'm not sure if that's going to be entirely suitable for everyone else, because, again, if it's going to be our module as well, they may not want to have essentially a modified Greek tragedy as their assessment that's written by somebody whose vocabulary borders on traditional and, like, the structure-wise and stuff. I don't know. Like, for crying out loud, I've had people recite Shakespeare before for their first ever voice acting project, so you know what, I'm a very demanding person in that regard. But yeah, I'm just wondering if there's something else that I can do that's a bit more modern, like, draw from all the things that I possibly was going to do for gacha shows that never came to fruition, or haven't come to fruition yet. Like, I could do something to do with I don't know, something completely original to do with other aliens that aren't just the Enceladites, because that's very much a fixed formula, because I've had a deal with Dylan for the longest time. I have also wanted to try and adapt Siren Story eventually into a stage musical. The problem with doing that is essentially because the format of that musical is episodic, and also because it's not finished, then basically it's not I don't know, it might not be adaptable in the same way, because for a stage musical you have to, it's very much just 3 acts complete story, whereas with episodic ones, you've got a bit more time to develop these things. And also, going from an animated medium to live action also requires a certain amount of adaptation. My other idea was to actually adapt the screenplay that I finished, Virus Alert, into an actual into a stage play. It wouldn't be a stage musical because it hasn't got any songs. Because I was thinking about it, and yes, I definitely still want to produce the gacha movie. Absolutely, 100% want to do that. However, the way that's what I don't know. I've got to work that in. But yes, however, no, sorry, I'm trying to string my thoughts together. Again, it's been an intense week for me, at least. It's not really that intense uni-wise. It's just getting used to everything again. Okay, so what I was saying was, however, it would be interesting to have a stage play that was formatted based on a game, because the vast majority of Virus Alert takes place inside of a game. So in theory, it could allow for some very interesting visuals and such, in order to get across that we're in a game. It would be some very interesting wardrobes and such. And also, Virus Alert has a relatively limited cast. I say relatively. I think there's like 5 in the main group, which could probably be whittled down. There's also like, so it's like 2 admin people, 1 major antagonist, and with like some other people that don't really have lines. And then one girlfriend of another character. So essentially, not that many people. Although I do have, scenes that would require certain, like, army rallies and such. But that was I knew from the get-go of like doing the Greek play that I wrote, that was never going to end up. That was never going to end up fully realized. That being said, there are the reason that we're not doing groups based on our chosen based on our based on our chosen things for advanced theatre practice, is because there aren't enough of us, apparently. Because there are 28 people doing the acting course, 6 directors, myself included, and they didn't say how many writers. I know that there are a few. So that leads me to believe that, okay, that's why they're letting us choose. So that's why I have this window of opportunity. I have about 2 weeks to decide essentially what I'm going to do for that, and if I can even best visualize this. Obviously, the other option is for me to do the Mutant Girl stage play for myself as well as for Emily, because we've discussed that before, the idea of adapting the Mutant Girl into a play, at least the first season. Because that could easily be done as well. So those are kind of my 4 main ideas for now. Like, I feel like if I want to do something and pitch an idea, because that's essentially what I would probably want/have to do if I'm as a director in the course want to do my own writing, then I in theory have to have a plan within the next 2 weeks, because that's what when they want us to decide our groups and such. So maybe even sooner. Who knows? Maybe I should have your feedback if anyone ever leaves comments on these videos. I do read all my comments that I get notified of, so if your comment doesn't get responded to, it's either because there's no way I can physically respond to it, like if it's just Aiden saying uwu for the millionth time, or I don't know, or it gets deleted by YouTube itself, or it doesn't get shown, because that happens sometimes. But yeah, anything I get notified of, I always read in my comments. But yeah, I need your help deciding what to do for that, essentially. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just decide that for myself. Talk about a few ideas, because the problem with the Mutant Girl, essentially, like, I don't even really worry too much about like trying to get a live action Dragon Tail. There's some incredible people in costume and wardrobe and such. Like, they never cease to amaze me. And if anything else, I can always just ask people at the drama school before, because it's interconnected. The university that I'm at now is owned by that well, not as owned, but it's accredited by, no, all the way around. The drama schools that before is accredited by the university that I'm at now. That's what I'm trying to say. So there is some leeway, because I remember I was in a play when I was at the drama school with somebody who was in third year university, which I am actually now in almost the same course. Go figure, I followed in her footsteps. To some degree, she was more of an artist, as well as actress. That's, you know, the two things. But yeah. What were we doing in a dance-based performance? I don't know. It was my New Year's resolution for that year to get involved in something extracurricular. And I did. I achieved my New Year's resolution by April. So yeah, they're actually achievable, people. I forgot mine for this year, but I know for 2019 I achieved it. That's something. I know, hard to believe that feels like it was so long ago, and yet the Mutant Girl has been running for a month longer than that, and it feels so recent. I don't know. On one hand, I really want to actually, like, I could kill two birds with one stone and do the Mutant Girl, but also Virus Alert might be very, very interesting to do in stage format. Like, now I actually have the option to do things other than for gacha. I feel like that's something I should take advantage of, and maybe do something that's complete. And also relatively easier, because that play that I was talking about before, the one that I finished, it's not a bad play. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad because I wrote it, I'm biased. But I don't think it's a bad play to do. I just don't think many people are going to be signing up for that, and neither did the director at the time. So we've reduced every scene to basically 8 actors maximum per scene, and even that, considering that they're saying that 28 actors is too much in a group of 6 directors, that makes me think that that's basically, like, say there were 7 directors, and each one got them, that'd be just like 4 actors. That's not a lot at all. So maybe the Mutant Girl with its large cast might be very difficult to do, so possibly Virus Alert might be the option. Again, I don't know. I'd have to think about these things, you know, and how exactly to best cast a show, because it's like the Mutant Girl, obviously the problem is that, not that be a costume and wardrobe, because like I said before, I was trying to go back to that thought. You know, costume and wardrobe, very easy to do, because especially since the designs are already mostly set in stone, like you could just go and, you know, see the gacha show, and you can get an idea. No, the problem was more the age of the characters, because I would most likely have to age them all up. Because, yeah, I don't want to put people in a situation where they're not within their playing age, essentially. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I can become the maybe if I end up performing in my own thing, I'll become the live-action Matty Marwick, like I was always supposed to be. I don't know. Because, yeah, with casting the Mutant Girl, obviously, the big advantage that I've had up to now is the fact that it's been all voice acted. So you just cast the people based on voice. In fact, I'm pretty sure some people that play the children of others are actually older than the people that play their parents. Like, that kind of stuff. And obviously it's very colorblind casting and everything, because you don't need to worry about that for voice acting. But yeah, if it's adapted into a play, then yeah, that'll become a bit of a concern. Not too much, because I've been in that situation myself where I've been essentially, like, some of the roles that I probably could have had, this director in one of my youth theatres said that it was basically that he decided to cast a lot of this stuff around the way people looked as well, in order to get us a feel for the realities of the industry where that happens. Which on one hand I appreciate, on the other hand, come on! Really? It's always me that got affected too. Oh, I've stumbled across a familiar area. Completely by accident. Again. Oh well. So yeah, like I said, difficult decisions to make, and yeah, honestly, like in terms of like tasks and stuff we've been asked to do, it's been all right so far. We've got a whole unit on presentations. Yes, the thing that I actually like, presentations, which will also be very fascinating to do, because I feel like that if I did actually direct a Mutant Girl stage play, it could almost be a do-over for the scenes that didn't work in the original show. It was because of, like, you know, emergency new recasting, or because I was a terrible gacha editor back then. So yeah, maybe I'll look at that and possibly talk it through with Emily and with Aiden. Although, very much like those two of us have been trained up in mainly screen. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if Emily's done any stage writing. I'll have to ask her. I don't think Aiden has, because yeah, Aiden's mostly been a screenwriter. But yeah, either way, like I'll talk it through with some people, see what their thoughts are, because I still also think maybe Viraselect might be another option. Can I just pitch two ideas? I feel like those two, like, they're the ones bouncing around in my head a lot. I want to adapt something that I've already like either presented or completed, to see what people think. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And I guess, like, also maybe leave up the option to do the Greek play for something else, because if my friend is going to direct it, she's actually in the tech group, so therefore probably wouldn't I don't know if they switch them around, because again, if we're going to be assessed on what we do in terms of our, you know, directing or like our tech-ing, then it's probably not going to work out that way. Oh dear, I've already run out of memory. I've just been rambling about university. I mean, to be fair, it's been a very non-YouTubey week, so I guess that's the balance this time. So yeah, my other major concern of, like, in terms of like YouTube stuff this time, I don't know. I just been doing Walking West and streaming. Like, I did Mario 63 episode, what was it? Season 2, episode 24. It was nice to return back to that. I keep forgetting about that series, actually. And the fact that if I really have to do a short video that doesn't take much editing, Mario 63 is actually perfect, because I don't edit those videos that much, because they don't require me to, by their very nature. So, I think that's what happens. I'm going to cross quickly. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've still been enjoying doing streams and such. I was just so very tired, because I was, you know, even though it's been back to, you know, I've still been up late, but mostly because I'm trying to deal with timetable stuff this time. Because, I don't know, the email that I sent about it was 3 in the morning, especially when I completed the enrollment and such, because I realized that was the issue. Like, I was in a mad panic for a long time there. Oh, no, back to uni stuff. Okay, YouTube. What did I do YouTube-wise? Well, streams on Walking Wednesday, really. So, yeah. But once again, I'm really excited about season 3, except I guess next episode is about Sylvana. So maybe that great streak that I had, especially like culminating at Great Teacher Zane for the first 5 episodes, might be coming to a conclusion. Then again, I'm not too disillusioned, because Sylvana is important to the next episodes and such. But I just wanted to reiterate here again what a great episode 5 was of season 3. Like, honestly, I don't remember that entirely, but yeah, everything's so quintessentially My Street is there. You could argue that the rugged production of season 1 gave it some sort of like sense of heart behind it, but I feel like as far as like a series evolving goes, I like to see it progress that way. After that episode, Aiden and I had a talk about Mutant Girl, and we kind of like had a mirroring thing, which I can't go into because I'm about to run out of memory space. So, I guess I'm concluding this here, on that very anticlimactic note. So yeah, let me know about this stuff, and please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if not done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.